Welcome to this week's episode of Across Campus. I'm your host, Dakota Taylor. This week, we wanted to chat with a few of our fellow classmates and see how they and their machines are gearing up for this fall semester. If you're watching us on YouTube, feel free to hit that like and subscribe button and share it with your friends to keep them ready too.
Hello, I'm Theobald Mons, and we are here today with some of Emporia State students to discuss the topic of computers in the classroom. We reached out with the students' body to find out what kind of computer device they will be using and how they're planning on using it this semester.
All right, I'm here sitting with a couple of our ESU students. If you guys want to go ahead and introduce yourselves.
Hi, I'm Waylon.
Hi, I'm Kara.
Hey, I'm Luis.
So the first question is, do you guys use any of the computers located on campus, or do you use your own computer? And if you use your own computer, what type of computer do you have?
I use my own personal computer. It's a HP Chromebook, and I prefer to use my own computer just because I know it, and I don't really know the school computers that well because I've really never been in the computer lab, so it's just easier for me that way.
Yeah, I use my own computer too. I have an Acer Aspire.
I also use my own computer. I have a 2019 MacBook Air, and I like it because it pairs to my phone and I have everything that I need.
What buildings are you guys in?
Most of my classes in the science hall.
Yeah, most of my classes are in the science hall, and I think I have one in Kramer.
I think almost all of my classes are also in the science hall this year.
Okay, so not as many computer labs to pick from in those buildings, but definitely the offers. But it sounds like you guys would much rather use your own personal computers in the computer labs. And so with the topic of like Apple and HP and Windows and Acer, do you guys have a preference of what type of computer you use and why?
I don't have much of a preference, but like Windows has worked pretty well for me in the past. Like I've had a Chromebook too, but then I couldn't download Excel on it. I couldn't use Excel on it, so I just changed to a Windows computer, which I have now.
I like my Chromebook, but like he said, the only thing is that it's Google based. So you have to use all of theirs, so like Google Docs, their PowerPoint, their Excel. And some of my teachers, they don't accept that kind of form. It has to be like Microsoft. But I do like my Chromebook, but I guess that would be the only con of it is that it's Google based.
Yeah, I like the Mac because I can use both the Microsoft and Google because I had a MacBook in high school from my school. That's what I learned how to do almost everything on. So like learning to transition to using Microsoft was a little bit harder. So being able to use both was really nice for me.
Yeah, absolutely. And do you guys have do you have a preference of between Google and Microsoft on what you would want to use?
Now I kind of have for Microsoft, but for phones is Apple.
At this point, I prefer Google because having a Chromebook, I've gotten really used to all the Google things. And I've even found ways to, download them as Microsoft and then turn them in that way. Another thing I want to touch on about my Chromebook is up until recently, maybe a couple months ago, I wasn't able to download Zoom.
Really?
It didn't work for Chromebooks. And I think Google realized we should probably make that work because that's the new normal.
Yeah, or COVID and everything, work from home, learn from home. That's crazy. So did you have to use the web-based version of Zoom?
I downloaded it on my phone.
That's crazy.
Have any of you guys ever used an iPad instead of a computer?
I have once. I took a summer course coming in my freshman year, and I didn't have a computer yet, so I used my mom's iPad to do Zoom. And also because she had a Chromebook, we couldn't use Zoom on there. So I had to do all the work on the computer or on the iPad and then use the iPad to do Zoom conferences with my teacher.
I wanted to say I also used an iPad about a couple of years ago, and what I think was really nice is that it's cheaper than a Mac, but also brings a lot of cool features, and you can also attach a keyboard to it, and I really enjoy that. And I think that I'm using a MacBook Air right now, but if I would buy a new computer, I would probably buy an iPad because of that.
I like how they're integrating a lot of what's already on the MacBook to the iPad, and so they're making them kind of a universal device, but you're buying a computer rather than a tablet. But I don't know, iPad has kind of come out with some pretty cool features lately, aside next to the MacBook.
Does it have the same functionality as a Mac?
It's pretty close.
A keyboard and a mouse and everything, and it'll function the same as a laptop. And the keyboards that Apple are coming out with are actually very nice.
And the school does have some good offers for iPads.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, that wraps up the question portion of today. Thank you guys for joining us. We appreciate it, and we hope you guys have a great fall semester. Thank you guys for joining us and sharing some of your insight with your technology. Always remember that it's important to keep your systems and apps updated to get them ready for the semester we have ahead of us. That's all we have for you this week on Across Campus. I'm Dakota Taylor, and we'll see you next time.